If you look at the map of Europe, you will notice that there is a small Russian territory called Kalingrad between Poland and Lithuania, even though it has no connection with the rest of Russia. So why does this territory belong to Russia and not to other countries? If we go back in time a little, this region of Kaliningrad was not always part of Russia. In fact, it was German and was called Königsberg. That was where Prussia was located in the 17th century. Over time, Prussia gained influence in other territories until it reached the point of being the state that led German unification. So this region has always been of great importance to Germany and the German royal family because it was where it all began, and it was an important cultural and historical center of Germany. After Germany's defeat in the First World War, part of this region went to Lithuania, but the biggest territorial change occurred with the Second World War. When the Red Army began to advance into German territories, many German civilians who lived there fled for fear of the atrocities committed against civilians by the Soviets, in addition to the fact that most German cities were being bombed by the Allies. When the Second World War ended, part of the German population of Königsberg had fled, and most of the region's buildings and history were destroyed by Allied bombing. For fear of Germany rebuilding and rearming, the Allies divided most of the Western territories that were previously German, giving them mainly to Poland and Lithuania. The north of Königsberg went to Lithuania and the south to Poland, but the central region, including the city of Königsberg, was given to Russia. But why didn't they give this territory to Lithuania or Poland, which was closer and bordered? Simple answer: all of Eastern Europe was under Joseph Stalin's control at the time, and Lithuania had been forcibly integrated into the Soviet Union just a few years earlier, and most Lithuanians didn't like Stalin's tyrannies, so he didn't trust in Lithuania to cede territory to them. In addition to the great military importance of the region, and one of the few Soviet naval ports in the Baltic Sea that would not freeze in winter, as happens in St. Petersburg. Another reason that also contributed to Königsberg becoming Russian is that most of the local population fled there during the war, and those that remained were mostly deported to East Germany, while at the same time Russia sent several families of Russian origin to populate the region. But this was not the last opportunity for Poland or Lithuania to be able to annex Kalingrad. After Stalin's death, the region was offered to Lithuania, which refused because it would have future problems if it integrated a region that had a Russian population into its territory. After the fall of the Soviet Union, that region remained in Russian hands. Even Germany, which controlled the territory for several centuries, did not want to annex it because it was already having to deal with France and the United Kingdom, which they were worried about German reunification and whether this could cause any new problems in Europe, in addition to the fact that most of the German population and history of that place was destroyed in the Second World War.